Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. Now, this video is a little different than most of the videos I've done because the Chiefs play on Thursday night against the Chargers, and it's the biggest game of the year as both the Chiefs and the Chargers have the two best records in the AFC. Now, if the Chargers win, they have an opportunity to leapfrog from having the 5 seed to the 1st seed, which means that they are guaranteed at least one home playoff game and possibly 2. Now, the 5 seed will get a 0% chance of having a home playoff game because none of the 6 seeds are good enough to beat 2 consecutive teams in the playoffs. So you either have a chance to have both games at home during the playoffs or have none. So it's a big deal, but both these teams are going to the playoffs unless something really unusual happens. And the Chiefs are already guaranteed a spot, so the Chargers can only lose out. Now, the Chiefs, if they win on Thursday, they will have won the West because it's impossible for the Chargers to have a better record than the Chiefs. Plus, the Chiefs hold the tiebreaker as in sweeping the Chargers. The Chargers, on the other hand, if they win, they'll be tied with Kansas City, and then it goes to a bunch of rule breakers with the previous games remaining. So it's going to be a great game. So I thought I'd bring some tips and some knowledge because I've been a Chiefs season ticket holder since 1989, and I've been to Arrowhead over 300 times. So I'm going to offer you some tips and advice, some etiquette, and most important, some ways to stay warm. First off, all right, did anybody hear that? Oh, wait, waving your arms like a douchebag doesn't generate sound. All right, you will see somebody at Arrowhead if you go waving their arms around like a jerk. Now, I'm talking to you, X Factor. Now, I like X Factor. I happen to know Ty. He's a great guy. He sits in the north end zone on the bottom, does a lot of charity work with people, but he doesn't make any sound. He just sits there and he waves his arms up and down. Now, me and him had this conversation. I was like, I hate it when people do that. He goes, I do that the whole game. And I was like, well, why do you do that? He goes, well, I try to motivate people. Ty, I'm going to tell you something right now. Nobody looking at you with your mouth shut, waving your arms up and down like this, is thinking, wow, I should start yelling now. Arrowhead is not the arm waving stadium. It's not the standing stadium. It's the loudest stadium in the league. So instead of waving your arms up and down, you want to cup your hands over your mouth and yell at the top of your lungs. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and do that because I got the best neighbor in the world above me, and it's about 4 or 5 in the morning. So I'm not going to sit here and demonstrate how I yell at the top of my lungs. But Arrowhead's the loudest stadium in the world. It's loud when you do this. Not that. Don't be that guy. And it's always a guy because women got more common sense. Women are smart. Men are stupid. It's always some dumb guy. You ain't motivating anybody by you are waving your arms up and down does not make me think, well, I should start yelling now. No, be a leader by example. Go ahead, cup your hands over your mouth and make as much noise as possible. So that's a little public service announcement. Another tip that I strongly recommend, and this is only for the men because I've never been inside a woman's restroom at Arrowhead, is use the stalls. All right. You got to go to the bathroom. There's a big, long line. Here's what you do. You cut to the front of the line. You're not cutting in front of everybody because they're waiting in line for the trough. You're going to the stall. And if somebody says anything, you put your hands over your stomach and say, man, I got to go, man. I got to take a dump. And you know what? There'll probably be nobody there. At worst, you're going to see 2 people. And what you do is you post up in front of that handicap stall, because that's the first one, then you got the next 3 over. You use any one of those stalls. At most, you'll have to wait 2 minutes, because you know what? Smart fans like you are going to use those to pee. You're going to get in, you're going to get out, back to the game. So another tip is that if you do get really cold, the bathrooms are the warmest spot at Arrowhead. If you get cold, go in the bathroom for a few minutes. It'll warm you right up. Another thing is that, and now this game, it's not really that important, but do dress warm for the game. And I got a bunch of tips on how to stay warm, but this is going to be in the mid-30s. I don't think it's that important, so I'm not going to go over all the tips I originally was, but just one thing I do want to say is that the number one key to staying warm, because it's only going to be mid-30s, warm socks. Keep your feet warm. Don't be the person who wears 2 pairs of socks in your normal shoes. That just constricts your foot. It prevents blood flow from getting in. Your feet will be colder. All right. The only exception is if you don't have a good pair of socks, Get a pair of dress socks and a pair of gym socks, and make sure you got some shoes that are comfortable, but keep your feet warm. That is the number one thing. I'm going to skip some of the tips I was going to talk about because I'm kind of getting long-winded here. December 30th, when we play the Raiders, I have a lot of tips to stay warm, and I'll go over that later on. But right now, just I'm telling you right now, it's going to be mid-30s, which is perfect for mid-December. Good socks, good shoes, keep your feet warm. A few other things I really want to give you some tips on is Arrowhead etiquette. Be respectful of the person behind you. You may not think this is important, but I sit on upper level, all right? I know a lot of lower levels, everybody stands, and that's great. If you want to stand the whole game, fantastic, more power to you. But just be warned. If you got somebody behind you and they ask you to sit down and you say no, they can get security and they can eject you from Arrowhead, all right? Last year, there was a nice lady. She took her dad to the game. Turned out to be her dad was a lawyer. Real nice couple. Real nice couple. They had some jerk sitting in front of them. The dude wanted to stand the whole game. He said, no, I paid for my ticket. I stand. They asked him again. He got lippy. He got nasty. They got security. He missed over half the game doing God knows what. He came back sometime late in the fourth quarter and sat down. All right? Listen, if you are a jerk, you stand the whole game, somebody behind you asks you nicely to sit down, okay? Or get somebody. I'm telling you this right now. Lucky for me, the guy behind me has been there all year. He's a great guy. I think he's got a little crush on my sister, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. Real nice guy, always yelling and screaming, making a lot of noise, not doing this. So, also, get inside Arrowhead early. All right, this is going to be a packed game. I guarantee you, if it's close to kickoff and you're not inside, you're going to miss something. You're going to miss something big. I've seen opening kickoffs for touchdowns. I've seen Phillip Rivers do some crazy things. Pat Mahomes is NFL MVP. You really want to miss Pat Mahomes do something crazy in this game? Something could happen. It'll happen early, all right? I'm telling you, get in. Because I guarantee you, 10 minutes to kick off, there's going to be some guy who doesn't know how to use his phone. There'll be somebody trying to sneak alcohol in, and they got to stop up the whole line. Get in early, all right? Don't worry if you're there early. Enjoy the atmosphere. Enjoy the atmosphere from the inside, not the outside. Get to your seats. Get there early because it's going to be packed. You're going to have a lot of idiots in there that don't understand how the line works. You'll have women that are trying to bring purses. You know you can't bring a purse in the Arrowhead, but there's going to be somebody who's going to try. I guarantee it. So make sure you get there early. Also, please, you're in an AFC West showdown, the premier AFC game of the year. Don't wear your Cowboys jersey, all right? All right, I said Cowboys, but I saw a Vikings fan. Now, I understand maybe the purple's like the Ravens, so I kind of let that slide. But you also got Bears fan. Why are you wearing a Bears jersey to a Chiefs-Ravens game? I guarantee you, I know I'm going to see one jerk do this. He's going to wear a Buccaneers jersey or he's going to wear a Packers jersey. Come on now, listen. Let's say you don't have a Chiefs jersey like I do. All right, wear some red. Everybody got some red. I guarantee you got red something. I guarantee it. You got a red dress shirt. You got red flannel. Red flannel works perfect, all right? But wear red. Don't be that guy wearing some NFC jersey, all right? I beg you. All right? And finally, my very last point is probably the most important thing I can tell you. Only yell when the Chiefs are on defense. Only yell when the Chiefs are on defense. Okay, if Pat Mahomes is on the field, you need to STFU. All right? I don't like cussing in front of my dad, but when the score is 24-17, the Chiefs are driving downfield and there's people yelling and screaming. They have made noise all game. I told them to STFU, and I'm saying STFU because Andrew's football is family friendly. You can listen to this while you're at work. Please, when the Chiefs are on offense, shut up. All right? Shut up. You only make noise when the Chiefs are on defense. So Hopefully you enjoyed my tips for the game. I will be there Thursday. I really hope that you're there. I won't be wearing a cowboy hat. I'll be wearing a red stocking cap, and I'll be wearing the Justin Houston jersey. So if you do recognize me, please come up and say hi. If you are a subscriber, you already know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Scott, I haven't seen you at Arrowhead yet. If my dad doesn't go to a game, me and my sister will come and we'll tailgate with you. But usually we go as a family, we leave as a family. We don't do the tailgating thing. We're the only Chiefs fans in the world that don't tailgate. I know it's crazy, but whatever. Also, on a personal note, Scott, I meant it what I said. We don't hang out enough, all right? So we're going to have to do a little more of that. We need to go to the gun range sooner than later, all right? All right. Now, I've talked enough about the video. This is going to be a great game. I hope that you're there. I'll have another video out tomorrow breaking down some of the games. I got some really good picks for you. And if you haven't already, there's a little button there. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Until next time.